What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Fran. I am so happy to be back with you. I'm going to be bringing you a quick 20-minute restorative flow, focusing on neck, shoulders, and upper back. I think we all can easily say that we have stress in our life, whether it's good or bad stress, and we sometimes carry it right up in here. So we're going to get started in a seated position. For props, yoga mat that you're on, blocks, and a blanket. Blanket is optional, but again, great to have. So we're going to start in a seated position. You can be sitting back on your ankles. You can also sit on a block underneath you in this kneeling position. We'll switch up our sitting stance in a little bit, but I want to start here. And then I want you just to bring your palms to the thighs, somewhere where it's just comfortable on your legs, and then let your eyes close. So just inviting a sense of calm, a sense of ease, and maybe even as you hear the word ease, your shoulders can drop away from the ears. We sometimes just carry tension when we don't need to. There's no reason to lift our shoulders up. We sometimes carry weight that we don't need to carry. So it's just an invitation to take some of that weight off of your shoulders, set it down. If you really want it, it'll be there at the end of class, but these 20 minutes are just for you to find a little bit more peace, a little bit more calm in your day. Good. I want you to either open your eyes. If you're okay with your eyes closed, you can keep them closed. We're going to drop our right ear to our right shoulder, and then just rest our right hand on top of our left ear. So it's just making that head a little bit heavier. And it doesn't have to be a fully weighted arm. If you want to add a little bit more, the left hand can come from your lap and just rest over to that left side. Got just a few breaths here. Now release the right hand down and then just lift your head up towards the sky. So now as if you could bring your right ear over to your right side. And then do the opposite. Turn your chin down. And then bring your chin through the center. Bring your head all the way back up and just a little bit towards the back where it feels comfortable. If it feels too much, just come out of it. Good. Come back to the center. Let's switch sides. So left ear to left shoulder, left hand to the ear. And then whether you kept your right hand in your lap or you dropped that right arm by your side to get a little bit more extension. Lots of breath here. Lots of intention. Good. Release your left hand down. And then start to lift your chin up towards the sky. Your gaze up towards the sky. And then tuck your chin in and over towards that left shoulder. Feel this all the way down that right arm into the shoulder. Tuck your chin in towards the center. And then here you just have some free range, moving your head in one direction, over to the sides. Just a few rounds of breath like this. Really working from the head down today. Good. I want you to bring your legs out in front of you and then cross at the ankles. Now, if your hips are kind of feeling uneven or your low back's feeling rounded, you can actually elevate your hips with a block. This takes a little bit of strain off of the ankles as well. We're going to take a few rounds of just a seated cat-cow, but I want you to focus on this upper part of the upper part of the neck here. So you're going to use your hands to just grab for your knees and then just round in really tightly so you kind of feel this. And then inhale, you can push open, letting your tailbone kind of open up. And you may still get a few neck rolls here. Round in on the exhale, pull. Inhale, scoop it forward. Round, and just make these your own. So kind of getting some circles now. One direction. And then the other. Good. Some really nice movement. Take a few more rounds of breath, and then we'll just meet back up in the center. Being a little bit more tension release. We're going to just bring our shoulders up by the ears, and then on an exhale breath, drop them down. Let's do that again. Big inhale breath, lift it up to the ears. Exhale, drop. One more time. Big inhale. Exhale. Good. We're going to take our block out from underneath us and position ourselves for a puppy dog pose. This is all about that upper heart, chest region. Now, you can grab blocks to elevate this, elevate your hands, quite literally elevate. So walk yourself back so that your hips can still stay on top of those knees, and then drop your chest in. Not a lot of movement, unlike what we've just been doing with our breath and our neck. This is really all about that space between the shoulders, that heart opening. Now, if the blocks feel like they're too much, you can move them out of the way. I think I'm going to opt for no blocks today. We're going to be here for a little bit of time. You know, the difference between our vinyasa, our really active one breath, one movement, is that we're not moving one breath, one movement. We're holding things a little bit longer. And notice where you feel this. It may be a little bit of a different area from person to person here. For the most part, definitely putting our weight, our energy into those shoulders. You can have your palms open towards the sky. That will actually help a little bit of external rotation in the shoulders if that's uncomfortable. You can also explore bringing your elbows to bend. Your job here is just to breathe. Notice the calmness of the breath. Last big breath in. Breath out. Roll yourself up. And slowly Let your head be the last thing to come up. Maybe if it feels good, a few shoulder rolls. Amazing. Good, we're gonna come down to our belly. We've got a lot of great shoulder stretches here. Could spend all day working on opening the upper back and shoulders and neck. We're going to bring our right arm out to the side in line with our right shoulder. So right shoulder comes to the ground, right side of the face down to the ground. And this may be enough for some of us. Some of us may need to kind of twist our torso open towards the opposite side of where our right hand is. So opening our chest to the left. Some of us may be able to even open hips a little bit more towards the sky. Left hand can just be a little kickstand for support in front. You're going to start to feel this kind of in the front of the shoulder, especially notice if you're not feeling that, making sure that the right hand is still in direct line, not angled. You want it right straight line with the shoulder to the hand. So we're not here for long. You also get a little bit of a residual low back twist. So if that also becomes too much, just stack your knees. That's fine too. Big breath in. Breath out. Good. Bring yourself slowly back through the center. And just let your left hand come out to the side and we open up to the other side. Left shoulder stays down, left side of the face down, and you open up to where you're comfortable. Maybe knees stacked on top of each other. You may be wrapping open. Right hand maybe as a little kickstand, just like the foot. Your choice here. Making sure that you're still in alignment, fingers to the shoulder, just a nice straight line, not at a diagonal. And as much as you can, you relax the whole rest of the body. You notice maybe where you're still holding tension. Is it the right shoulder? Is it the right hand? Can it be even more loosey-goosey? Nice big breath in. Breath out. And just take a few more rounds here. Good. Slowly bring yourself back through the center. And then come on up to hands and knees. We're going to take a few rounds of a full cat-cow. So let's just make this feel really nice. Open up through the chest, round in the spine. Really, again, focusing on that upper part of the body. That's what you came here for. Neck, shoulders, upper back. So really thinking about how you can send breath, how you can get some movement, some flow here. Good. Amazing. Let's bring our legs out in front of us. We're going to come down to our back. I'm going to offer you to use a blanket. You can have it folded. It kind of just acts as a bolster. So laying your heart underneath it, but really it's the full length of the spine. And what it's going to offer is an opportunity to have an additional neck stretch. So this is a position where you wouldn't have the neck. This is a neck support. Or you just let your head go down behind and see how that opens up your throat chakra. So your blanket kind of rolled as a bolster. So it's a pretty thick, but not super thick where you can't lay over it. Right up against your body. And then your head just drops off the side. So if this is too much on the neck, like I said, grab a block, elevate here, and then let yourself go. Now, the idea is to be able to stay relaxed in all of this. If the breath feels tight, maybe you reintroduce more support for the neck. Now, if you want to add a little bit more chest, shoulders, let the arms go to a cactus. We relax into this. Feeling this kind of half fish pose here, not all the way, huge elevated heart. Feeling this into the neck. Some really healthy movement and positioning for the neck. We so often round ourselves forward, sitting at a desk, texting neck. So we're here to reverse that, create some stimulation into those parts of the bodies that we often neglect. Just breathing into this a little bit longer. Last few breaths just like this. And then you can slowly just roll over onto your side. Move your blanket out of the way. Coming down for a second, I want you to wrap your arms around and see if you can get your hands kind of just behind those little shoulder blades. Just rock side to side. Giving yourself a little hug and then switch it. Grabbing and reaching here. Amazing. We're going to level up our fish pose a little bit more now with the block, but we're going to take it widthwise. So you can be on the flattest, lowest level, or on that second level. Let's see how this feels for me today. That may be too much, but it's a big, big, big heart opener, upper back. I'm going to add in a block for my neck because this is too much for my neck. So that's maybe same for you. Just to take it here. Still getting into that chest, but just because of how high the block is underneath my chest, I'm going to just drop my hands by my side. But any movement that feels good here. Breathing into that space. If you don't like it widthwise, you can always turn it the other way. You can take it out. And yeah, I'm going to invite some movement. If you want to add a little bit more of a shoulder stretch, if you're feeling this kind of through the shoulder blade, you can take your left arm across the body, almost like you're massaging too along this line. Switch, right hand coming across, letting gravity really do a lot of the work. And taking some nice deep breaths here. Maybe a few arm circles. always corresponding with the breath here. Just exploring. Doesn't necessarily have to be this perfect pose or perfect position that you stay in. Or just working a little bit deeper into that fascial tissue. If you want to finish with your arms overhead, this biggest expression for the shoulders and the upper back. We'll be here for just a few rounds. Good. Slowly release your hands. Come over to one side. Come all the way up to a seated position and notice the difference from where we started till now. You may be feeling this residual change in the spine. Maybe it feels good to twist a little bit. So these are just a few exercises you can revisit over time. Come back to this video, see the progress that you're making, eliminating some tension throughout the whole body. Even though we focused on neck and shoulders and chest and upper back, notice how it affects the rest too. So we'll take just our hands at heart center, finding a moment of gratitude for these small moments of stretch, of release, of breath. Take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Bring those thumbs between the brows, third eye center. The light and love in me honors and recognizes the light and love in you. Namaste. Guys, thank you so much for joining me today for this quick little 20-minute bits and pieces of how to work into the upper body a little bit more. Come back and revisit this and see you guys real soon. Thanks.